Hey everyone, I'm doing a video on different adhesives and epoxies and trying to determine the best material to use for the specific application I need to use for. My specific application is repairing a refrigerator line, so I'm going to be taking this kind of pipe here and fitting it around this standard refrigerator line. This one just happens to be red because I had some extra of that lying around. And so I tried different epoxies, and I took some outlet boxes on the back side because I figured that was a good suitable way to do it. And I took a dab of that epoxy or the adhesive, and I put it on there, and I stuck those two pieces together down on there to see how well it would stick. The first one I used was PVC cement, the standard kind. Second is Loctite Plumber Marine clear adhesive. The third kind is DAP 100% silicone. Fourth kind is just standard Loctite epoxy. It cures in 5 minutes. Fifth kind is Loctite plastic epoxy, cures in 20 minutes. And then the last one is this marine weld that I've used for other things. It works pretty well. And that's supposed to be a 5-minute cure, which is really odd because after about 3 hours it still has not cured up. So I'm not sure if I didn't get that mixture right or what, but PVC cement has basically everything has fixed up to the point where I can't move anything except for that marine epoxy. So I'm going to continue to let these things cure probably overnight because I want a good indication. And I'm going to take these outlets, I'm going to sink them in some water and see which one of these holds up to water the best, how well they stick during, like basically being dunked in water and soaking in water for a day or something. Because I've got to fix my refrigerator line, and I've already tried to do that one time. I did use a 5-minute epoxy for my last attempt, and the 5-minute epoxy was not this Loctite brand, and the 5-minute epoxy I used did not say plastics, but this one does. So I'm trying this one as part of the mix, as well as a specialty plastic one, as well as a marine weld, and a couple other, plumber type of products. So we will see how this goes. So here's a closer look. See PVC cement. You can see that didn't puddle up much, so there's not a whole lot of contact area. See how that one goes. This is the marine weld. One thing to note, I think when I was touching that, I was touching the part that I didn't get mixed very well. But when I actually touch the part that's more inward towards the middle, it looks better. It's cured. The plumber marine is here. The Loctite plastic is here, which incidentally, the Loctite plastic is really stinky when you apply it, and it still kind of smells now. The DAP silicone, and that's just a one part, and then the standard Loctite is right here. So we'll wait, I don't know, till this evening, and then I'll start soaking them, and then tomorrow we'll see what the prognosis is with these things. They all have different kind of cure times too, by the way, so that's why I want to give them a little bit more time. Some of these things set up within, very small period of time. For instance, the plastic binder, I guess that's full strength in 24 hours. But the marine says sets and cures in 1 hour, which is pretty amazing. And plus it can cure underwater and has a strength of 2350 psi. Not sure why you wouldn't use that for everything. The Loctite standard is 20 minutes of handling time, but then 30 minutes to get some 500 psi
holding power, and then a full cure in 24 hours. The DAP is 24 hours to cure, so it's unclear. They don't give any specific middle times there for like workings versus curing times. And then this last one, open time is 5 minutes, cure time is 24 hours, and that's the Plumber Marine. Okay, I haven't cured quite 24 hours, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with putting water on at this point. So right now I'm just going to see what the initial tack is on this, or capture is on this thing. I'm just going to wiggle them. Oop, that one pulled away pretty easily, but it wasn't pulling away from the actual part. It was pulling away from the plastic piece I had affixed it to. So let's kind of rock it back and forth. Oops, that came off fairly easily. That's the CPVC. This clung on a little bit better. So, not so great on the CPVC. Let's try on this Marine product. Pushing on that pretty good. It's not moving. Pull up, pull up. Try this guy here. Rock it back and forth. That way, that way. It's not bad at all. Let's try the Plumber Marine. That's moving, but I think it's just moving the part. Pull up on that. Feels like it's pulling out a little bit. Let's try to look that way. Yeah, it's pulling up out of there too. Not the greatest. Try this guy here. That's pretty solid. Okay. And then Loctite plastic. Can I push on this guy? Pretty solid there. This guy is pretty solid. So that's good. So right now we've got it. The two bottom ones here are pass, and these are kind of iffy. Plumber Marine and CPVC. So let's try the DAP 100% silicone. Oop, that pulled off right away. That was too easy. So that was definitely a fail. Oops, that came off pretty easily too. Fail, fail. And then standard Loctite epoxy. And that kind of came off. Yep, that was pretty easy to come off. This one's a lot harder to come off. So right now, looks like our only two contenders, are the Marine Weld and the Loctite plastic. So I'm going to submerge these in a tub of water and see what we get in a few hours. Okay, now I've got these submerged in a tub of water. You can see some of these guys just floating around that were the failures there. So we'll look at the two winners here and see how well they pit up against water. Okay, this has been sitting for about 4 hours now. Take that out, see if we notice any degrading of the glues. Able to wiggle that back and forth, looks okay. That's good. Let's try the Loctite plastic. Oop, that just popped off. Okay, so Loctite plastic is first of the two remainders to fail. So I'm going to put that back in there. Let that sit for a while and see what happens with the vinyl coating and see that breaks free at all. So far, or well, I mean, I think the overall winner here is the Marine Weld epoxy, because it has been the only contender left in this test. and it seems to be holding this really well. And the nice thing is it does cure underwater as well, so I can actually apply this to my refrigerator repair that I'm going to be doing soon. So there you have it, people. The Marine Weld is the #1 plastic repair solution for my particular problem, which is the refrigerator repair. Can't seem to find it with its lying around this bench somewhere. Okay, I found it. So this is the Marine Weld. That was the winner in my head-to-head competition between all these different epoxies and adhesives. So again, it's the JB Weld, Marine Weld, and it's a 5-minute cure time, and it has the world's strongest bond. So I believe in this stuff now. I actually use this on my car mat. I had my car mat come up. It had a little pad on it that goes right under your heels when you drive, and the heel pad was coming up, so I used this Marine Weld to apply that, and it's held for a long while. It's now coming up again, so I got to reapply it, but it held for a good 8 months, so through the winter and everything like that, so I was really happy with it. But I will be using the Marine Weld for my kitchen or my refrigerator line replacement, because it's my winner in my test here. Beat everybody else. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.